All right. I told you, Natsu is always supporting. Natsu, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this $10 super chat. Natsu is our resident smell good fragrance person. If you want to support her, please feel free to support her. I use her products heavy. You could check her out at, let me find my banner here. Let's see. Her banner is, I think it's qualisainc.us, something like that. There you go. Aha. It's on the screen right now. All right. Now, as we get through today, we want to talk about this auntie. This auntie said something there, and I wanted to address it real quick. Let's use this as a warm up, shall we? We have a warm up story. We have two warm up stories, and then we'll get into Pastor Adeboye, Baba Adeboye's story today. What is this warm up story? There's a report I'm looking at on headlined why single women over 35 should consider having kids outside wedlock. Um, huh? Wait, what? Where?
You doing what?
Let me see where we're going with this. You know, the titles. Thank you, Natio. I appreciate you. Jum Jum, I see you. What's my view? We're gonna talk. No worry, no worry. We have conversation today. But you see, thank you for this $10. Let me before we continue with this story. I think we should. I need to take a deep breath first because that headline is doing me somehow. All right. So first of all, who is Binta? Her name is Binta Ayo Mogaji. She's actually one of my favorite Nollywood actress. Believe it or not, I grew up watching her. I think she was in a movie. I'm not sure if it was Tolu Anile, but her character name was Memuna. I don't remember what movie that was, but her name is Ayo Mogaji. Her real life name is Ayo Mogaji. She's one of those aunties that you've never met, but she's an auntie, But I've known her since she was like probably in her early 30s, late, who knows, right? But anyway, without any further, let me just make sure that this thing doesn't cause wala. Aha. There you go. Aha. Good. So yeah, so her name is Ayo Mogaji. That's her real name. But she's a Nollywood actress, a veteran Nollywood actress. I'm not sure if she's a producer, but she's according to reports, she's been featured in over 800 films. That's very easy when you're a Nollywood Nigerian actress. That's super easy. But let's see what she's talking about here. I'm going to read the full context. The title, according to Star Blog Nigeria, says why single women over 35 should consider having kids outside of wedlock. Nollywood veteran Binta Ayo Mogaji is urging women over 35 to think about having children outside of marriage. In a recent interview with Onyimomo TV, the 60-year-old actress who became a mother at 40 encouraged, we always advise from our own lens. Most people do. I do too, but not really. I learned that naturally I want to do that, so I slow down on that. There's a good chance you're going to offer crazy, terrible advices if you don't have any self-awareness around you granting advice, because naturally we offer advice from our point of view, which is usually very limited in terms of being able to see all the way around, particularly with regards to other people's lives. They don't have our same story, so we got to move with some wisdom when it comes to that. But anyway, she became a mother at 40, so she encouraged unmarried women who want to experience motherhood to explore the option of having children without waiting for marriage. And I quote, what I'm saying is Once you are 35 or older and you don't have a husband, but there's someone in your life who is with you but not ready for marriage and he wants a child, have a child with him, even if he won't accept responsibility for the child. When she's looking for her husband at 35, they'll say she's too old and won't be able to wash clothes for her mother-in-law or be controlled. They advise the man to find a younger lady to listen to him. Even if she's fortunate to marry at that age, she'll already be old when her child grows up. Some people at 45 and 50 are already grandmothers. So this is about satisfying people. I'm listening, I'm just trying to understand. When your mates are grandmothers and you're still saying you're looking for a husband, when will you find a husband and become a grandmother? So my advice is, she's not a professional, so she's okay. She's allowed to have advice. My advice is, if God blesses you with someone who likes you and you can have children together, go ahead, knock yourself out. Go ahead and do it. If you find someone you like, ask him to impregnate you as long as you want a child and can take care of the child. Well, she's giving you a caveat. Give you a small warning there. As long as you can take care of that child by yourself. But if you want a child and cannot find a man to impregnate you, then consider adoption, she said. Honestly, let me see if there's anybody saying anything. Jum said hell no. Hell no. You're saying hell no. So you wouldn't do that, huh? Just have somebody impregnate you, shoot the clubs up, and everybody's happy. As long as you don't go and bother him with a child that is you're not going to file child support or ask him for money or any of that stuff, or ask him to come and be babysitting. Yeah, even you can't do any. The advice she's given, if you understand all of this, if you just want to be two parents at the same time, I don't see anything wrong. It's kind of wrong, but not really. I don't know. I wouldn't advise my enemy to do it if they were asking me for an advice. If somebody concluded they made up their mind, this is what they want to do, I wouldn't necessarily talk them out of it too, as long as they understand the circumstances, the potential situation they're putting themselves in. Being a single parent is not easy. Also, the idea that people will say this, they will say that, they will still say that. If you are look at what they're saying about Iniedo, right? If you have children outside of wedlock, they will say what they're going to say anyway. So I don't know. Let me see what comments some people are saying. Let's see. On Instablog Nigeria, somebody said, okay, mommy, thank you. Someone said, this is a piece of advice for those that have ears. At least you are sure of left to mourn. What? God's standards only, somebody said. Somebody said, before you come for her. She said, women who want to experience motherhood. And she's right. Okay, so that part, maybe because again, when she said 35, a woman who of a certain age, 40, 45, who decide to do this, it is what it is. She has the right to do that as long as she's ready to get that. Now, the other side of the conversation is that you're creating children for our society, and we have certain numbers and studies around children created out of childhood. So some people might have some arguments around that, but we shall see. Let's see. Let me see what else they're saying. No, hold on. Let me see. Jum said, I'm actually in between, but the ripple effect in future will not be good. It's the ripple effect that I'm talking about. Thank you. If we have a bunch of people just becoming single parents, we already know that out of circumstances, sometimes you are in that position and you have to do the best with what you got, right? We already know that about life. Sometimes divorce happens. Some people lose their wife or their husband, their spouse, and circumstances happen, right? Or what we do is we learn all we can learn about the downside of being a single parent, and we try to cover, in those areas, right? As much as we can. So how much more when you start telling people to just go out there and start creating? Auntie, I don't know. I don't know. But let me read 2 or 3 more comments here. Somebody said, not a bad advice, to be honest. She's right. Another person says, oh, Rishi. Somebody says, she's 100% right. Not everyone is destined to get married. See, that's the other angle. The reality is that a lot of people are not going to be married. That's actually the reality. And they actually want children too. Do they have the rights to have children? If they want to have children and they're never going to be married, or time, they're looking at time, they say, you know, grown people, adults that can make decisions for themselves, you know. Somebody said, do what works for you. That's a terrible advice always. Is the sole aim of marriage procreation or companionship? There are so many single married mothers. Oh, do not pressure yourself because of marriage or motherhood. Just keep in mind, I'm going to leave you with this one. That thing that you don't want people to say, they will still say it in another angle. People don't stop talking. No. If you go and have children out of wedlock, they will use it. If you are listening to it, they will say something funny about it. Just know this and know peace. You will never prevent that. Okay? Jum, is Jum the only person having opinions here? Everybody, come on, join in the conversation. This conversation we're going into, I need all of your opinions, and I have to finish on time. So if you come and give me your comment after the fight, I will miss it. But there's always the comments where you can join the conversation anyway. The child may see the action as selfish. No father, no identity. Exactly. So it's very dicey. It's very interesting, you know. But somebody said, do what works for you. I'm almost about to say that. I don't like that. But to each his own. But let me know your thoughts. Join the conversation. Let me know your comments on this. Is she right? I bet she's strong. Right? Does she have a point? Do you have some nuances? Do you have experience around this? What did you do? How did you get through this? I would like to know what your thoughts are about this. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
Hey Prestige fam, show some love to the video. Hit like, subscribe, and share. Are you in Europe, America, and struggling in your relationship? From argument to abuse and trust issues, we're here to help.
Lola and I founded Prestige Marriage Academy to transform your story. With 20 years of friendship, 17 years of marriage, experience with navigating the ups and downs of marriage, and personalized coaching, includes 24/7 support. Ignorance is expensive. WhatsApp us at +1 732 305 8577 to book a free discovery session today and take charge now.
Don't wing it.
Join us in creating the love life you deserve.